This is a video for all of you early game players who are new to the game and have a couple of minions that produce money consistently and do not know what weapon to buy after the undead sword, spider sword, and whatever the third sword is. In this video, I will be explaining to you what is the best early game weapon and testing it out later in the video. So stick to the end to find out how much damage it will deal. I split this video into 3 parts. What is exactly an early game weapon? My recommendation for an early game weapon and a damage test. Let's go straight into the video. So, what exactly is an early game weapon? An early game weapon is a weapon that you can use for a long time. Do not have to spend a lot of money on it and has a quite reasonable resale value. My personal recommendation for an early game weapon will be the aspect of the end. The main reason of why I prefer this weapon is because of its capability that allows mid to late game players to use it because of the teleportation ability, which allows you to teleport 8 blocks ahead and gain extra speed. The plus 100 damage and plus 100 strength is also very useful for early game players to do a bit of extra damage. Later in the video, I will do a damage test using the aspect of the end. Now I will show you some examples where the teleportation ability will come in handy. For example, you can move very fast to your farms, like this. Teleport to places where you normally wouldn't be able to, and also escaping from mobs that may kill you and take half of your coins. Now let's talk about buying the weapon. The average price of the aspect of the end will be 300,000 coins, which is pretty high for a super early game player, but you can afford it eventually. You can save up the money using lapis minions, redstone minions, and a lot more. If you are an Ironman player, you can use enderman minions to get to the collection of the aspect of the end, which is Ender Pearl 8. Even if you are not an early game player, getting to the collection is actually very useful, as you can craft the aspect of the end by buying materials from the bazaar and then selling it to the auction house for profit. Now for the damage test. I said I will do earlier in the video. Before I start this test, I will be taking off all of my armor. And my stats are Combat 22, Forging 17, Strength is 150 and crit damage is 125%. I will be going to use the stock aspect of the end with the heroic and a reforge. Anyways, let's head over to the graveyard. Alright, now that we are in the graveyard, let's test this weapon out. I can do about 1700 damage with this aspect of the end. But this is not that accurate, as the damage will change according to your armor and your stats, because different armor sets will provide you with different damage boosts. Overall, the aspect of the end is a great weapon for early game and mid game and also end game players, and I will definitely recommend this to all of you. The sole reason behind why I will recommend this weapon to all of you mid and late game players is because of the teleportation ability. Now that I have covered all of this, this wraps up the video for today. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!